Hey everyone, welcome back to K Talk, where we talk all the hottest ongoing K dramas. I'm Mel.
And I'm Uma. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to this week's episode.
Woo!
We are
Yes.
chatting today Bloody Flower.
Yes.
It's a little, I don't want to call it a legal drama because it was only a little bit of that. So it's kind of just like a little suspense.
Would it be like psychological?
Yeah, a little psychological suspense.
Yeah. I
It's
guess you can.
cute. But Bloody Flower is about a serial killer who has the ability to cure all incurable diseases.
Yes.
What a premise.
That's what made it very interesting.
I know.
The Bloody Flower stars Ryeo, who plays Lee Woo-gyum, Keum Sae-rok, who plays Cha E-yoon, and Sung Dong-il, who plays Park Han-jun.
Girl,
Yes.
I love a good serial killer thriller.
Yes.
But this one was done very
With a spin.
differently.
Yeah.
Lots of spins.
Yes.
But this one was done differently because it opens up with him being caught
Yes.
right away. We see him just standing over this man on a table.
Yeah.
It looks like a surgical table.
Yes.
Right? And then the prosecutors and the cops like all just rush in. And right then and there, they're like, they've been looking for him.
Yeah.
So we don't know how many people he's killed.
Yeah.
We don't know how they caught him. We don't really see the investigation from the beginning.
Yeah.
That's how it opens up and everything unfolds from there.
And he wasn't surprised at all. He was actually waiting for them.
He was expecting it,
Yeah.
right? Like we kind of definitely got that sense. And the first part that made me go, this is going to be interesting, is as he's being handcuffed and taken away, he says to the prosecutor, he's not a victim. He's a patient.
Yes.
Don't let anybody treat him and basically mess with the work that I've done on
Yes.
him, or he's going to die. And I'm
Yes.
thinking, what the hell did he do to
Yeah.
this man?
Yeah. I was very confused by that. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah. And then we find out quickly that he has, they mutated his cells
Yes.
to the point that now it can heal people. Pretty
exactly.
much. Yeah.
And that is this cure.
Yes.
So he is now quickly waiting for trial.
Yes.
He reaches out to this lawyer, and that's where we meet Han.
He reaches out to the reporter Joe first.
Joe
Yeah.
first, yes. His name's Joe.
Reporter Joe. Yeah, that's
Why'd they call him Reporter Joe? I thought his name was Wucho.
yeah, I guess
Wucho.
Joe was his last name, assuming, but they call him Reporter Joe.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
This whole time I'm like, I swear his name was like Wucho. Anyways, so through the reporter, he reaches out to the lawyer. The lawyer is intrigued. He's like, I don't know this guy. How do you know him?
And why is he looking for me?
And why is he looking for me? Like,
Yeah.
why would I want to defend a serial killer? Like he doesn't he doesn't understand how they're connected.
Yeah.
But the reporter's like, I don't know. A week before he got arrested, he reached out to me and he was like, should this happen,
Yeah.
please reach out to this lawyer on my behalf.
Mind you, Woo-gyum is very familiar with everyone, not just, like, he did his research. Like, he's very familiar with Prosecutor Cha.
He did.
Because he said her name, and she was, like, taken back. It's like, do you know me?
Basically,
Yeah.
he was like, what took you so long? Like, he was
He
expecting
knew who to
her,
reach
right?
out with Reporter Joe. He knew all about Attorney Park. Like, he did his homework. Like, he knew exactly each step, like, what was going to happen, pretty much.
Exactly. And that's the one of the good things about this show and the way that it unfolds. You realize he's not your average serial killer,
He's
first
not.
of all. He used to be a med student,
Yes. Top of his class.
top of his class.
Yeah.
Unfortunately gets into an accident and then is in a coma for
3 years.
3 years. And we're thinking, oh my God, like that's horrible.
Yeah.
Then you come to find out that they were experimenting on him for those 3 years.
And his poor mother.
I know.
She had no idea what happened to her son. Like, she just thought he ran away. But at the same time, she knew he did not.
He didn't.
Right?
He just goes missing and
Yeah.
she keeps, asking the cops to investigate.
And he keeps shutting her
all
down.
of this, sorry,
Yeah.
we're getting ahead of it. All of this we find out because he's not your average serial killer. He basically put all of this into play.
Yes.
He was experimented on while he was in a coma.
Yes.
We find out he's had 17 victims. He didn't kill these people for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
He was basically like draining them of their blood and using his blood to come up with this
Yeah.
cure.
And the way it all started was after he was being experimented on and he woke up, he was in so much pain that he started experimenting on himself to basically get rid of the pain, right?
Exactly, how to fix himself.
Yeah.
This is how it all came about. But let's take it back to the lawyer. So the lawyer goes to see him because he was like, I don't know what this kid wants from me.
Yeah.
He's intrigued. So he's like, let me go find out. He sits down and right away, Woogum lets him know, I know everything about you. And
Yeah.
I know that your daughter has a terminal illness. So
Yeah.
you defend me so I don't get the death penalty, and I'll save your daughter in return.
Yeah.
Because they know he killed all these people. He's not, he's not disputing that. He just wants his cure to be, told to the world through this trial.
Yeah.
He
And of
wants to
course,
let
Attorney
everybody know
Park
why
is
he's doing this.
Attorney Park's not believing him. He thinks he's actually a psychopath. He's like, you're going to cure my daughter? Yeah, okay.
But
right?
again, because he's a parent and his daughter literally could die at any moment, he's like, I have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So I'll go along with your little story that like you have this, amazing
The poor guy was very desperate. Yeah.
He was very desperate, and that's why he takes on this case. But throughout the case, he realizes, hey, he starts to believe in Woogum.
Yeah.
Like he starts to believe that there is a cure. He thinks the cure is stored somewhere though,
Yeah.
but it's not.
And
the cure
then
is
he tells
actually his
him,
blood.
Yeah, then he's like, it's my blood. And I think at that point, Attorney Park was even more like, okay.
What is happening
really?
here?
Yeah.
This show, honestly, for me, overall, it wasn't as intense as I thought it was going to be. But it was very interesting to see how it was unfolding, right? So then we find out he's not just killing these people to get a cure. He's also doing it to expose the bigger conspiracy.
Yes.
Right? Which is to expose the medical center that was experimenting on him and the CEO behind it, right?
Yeah.
Because not only did they do it to him, but through the investigation and the trial and all of this, we find out that clinic, Woogum was not their first victim.
Yeah. He's been doing this. Yeah.
They've been doing this to 223 people?
And not just him. It started with his father.
Exactly, the CEO,
Jung-soo,
right?
yeah.
So it's like this crazy, intense family
Yeah.
that are hyper-focused on making this medical discovery by any means necessary.
Yes.
So they take people who don't have family
Yes.
and pronounce them like dead
Yeah.
so that they can experiment on them without anybody knowing.
Yeah.
It's so interesting.
And if they do have family, they kind of get rid of them.
Well, they kind of let them know.
Yeah.
So in Woogum's situation, his mom is not buying the fact that her son is missing for months. She's searching. She's putting up flyers.
Yeah.
She's harassing the cops to do a better job. So when they realize, hey, this woman is not letting up, they tell her he's dead.
No, and then she also
And
started,
that's when she says, no.
and she also
something fishy is going on
She also
here.
started connecting the dots with the medical facility.
Yeah, so
that's when
she starts investigating.
That's when
because-
they were like, okay, we have to get rid of her.
Yeah, because they're like, because they come to her and they just think they're going to appease her by saying he's dead, so she'll give up. But then she's like, but I don't understand. He had his identification on him.
Yeah.
That's what so she starts investigating. So she finds out that the paramedics are like, no, he had his belongings on him. So when this kid was hit and he was in a coma, they knew his identity. So she was like, how come nobody reached out to, how come they didn't let the police know that there was this kid in the hospital in a coma? Yeah. So that's when she starts doing this crazy investigation on the medical center and all the things that they do to these people and trying to figure out what exactly happened to her son. But they are not having that. They're not having that.
They're not. That's exactly when they decided, it's like, okay, you're doing too much now. It's like, it was one thing, you're putting up flyers for your son, whatever, we get that. But then when she started looking into the company, it's like, okay, you
she became liability.
Yeah.
So they took her out.
Yeah.
But she has all this research. See, one of my issues with is, I know it was short. It was 8 episodes.
Yeah.
But one of the plot holes was, if the mom was killed and he was in a coma for 3 years, how could all her research still be there for him to find when he wakes up? Because that's how he knew about the prosecutor, because she was looking at people who could help her bring this shit to light. Yeah. So she had reporter Joe's name. She had the prosecutor as trustworthy people that she could tell her story to. So, but how was that available to him? So that I was like, we kind of glossed over that really quickly, or maybe I personally missed it. But that's one of the questions that I had, and I'm like, wait a minute, I don't remember how he found her research.
And I wanted to know, how soon did they get rid of her? Like, because he was in a coma for 3 years. So when did they get rid of her? Obviously, it was before he woke up,
because
right?
he was missing for months.
Yeah.
And I think within the first year, she wouldn't give up. So
Okay.
after he was missing for months and she wouldn't quit searching for him, that's when they told her, oh, your son actually died. He was in a coma. He died and we cremated him because he had no identification. We didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
So she's like, no, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
So I feel like within like the first year or something, like
Okay.
she had died. That's how I see the timeline. But so he knows all of this. Now, is the doctor professor who was experimenting on him, was he the one that told him everything?
And also, if they knew that she was digging deeper, how did they not like find that and get rid of all of that?
Her research.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So I was like, okay, they glossed over that.
Yeah.
But let's take it back to the beginning. So the trial was interesting. I love a good trial.
It was. My thing about the trial was the fact that they even tried to use the fact that all the victims were criminals. I felt like if you take a life, you take a life, regardless of if they're a criminal or not, right? So I was surprised that they even used that as kind of like...
to justify what he was doing. I think at this point, they knew that, like, he's going to go to prison for the rest of his life. They were trying to get the death penalty off the table. And I understand what you're saying in the sense of, like...
a life is a life, yeah.
But I think they were not using it to excuse that he had killed them. They're saying he killed them with good intention for the greater good, so he could practice his little cure. He could experiment on them and develop his cure, but it wasn't regular civilians, so he had a little bit of a conscience, is what they were trying to say.
But what I'm saying is, regardless, they were still human life.
Absolutely. I don't think, I don't think, like, to me, people were like, okay, yeah, that was the moral conflict, okay?
Yeah.
He found a cure that the whole world could benefit from at the sake of a few criminals. That's still a big no-no for me.
Yeah, and during his first interrogation with Prosecutor Cha, he actually said that. He said, if I kill 17 people but save the whole world, technically I killed nobody.
Basically, it equals zero.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That, to me, that thinking is flawed. Because,
it is,
because
obviously.
I feel like if somebody commits a crime, they should be punished accordingly, but we should not be experimenting on them.
What happened to rats? You know what I mean? Like, what happened to experimenting on rats? And you know,
I don't think he at the time. He was like, I need real.
Yeah, I don't
humans.
have time to wait months.
Yeah, he was not doing any of this. None of this was legitimate.
Yeah,
guys, if you first of all, if you haven't watched it, our reviews are always full of spoilers. So please, like, you know, but. I don't think nothing was on the up and up here. And also, he was like in a little dungeon, like a little warehouse, like a storage room almost.
And did he not care about getting caught because
I think he wanted to get caught to unearth the whole conspiracy of what this medical center was doing and the fact that they killed his mom. To me, though, I didn't feel like he was angry enough that they killed his mom.
Yeah, because we don't know until the end, and obviously he knew all of this stuff, right? I think that's what it was. Yeah, he wasn't angry enough. I think he was more focused on just taking
the cure itself
and taking down these guys, but
because they had like hurt his mom and they were experimenting on people. But so did you. You experimented on 17 people. Yeah, like he was no better.
If you think about it, because they literally
the lunatic CEO, right?
Yeah,
but I don't think he cared at that point.
He didn't. I think he was ready to die. Also, you can tell he didn't give a damn. He was just like, as long as I get my story out, that's all I really care about, right?
Yeah, for sure. So the lawyer now, he's intrigued, he takes the case. He's not very forthcoming with his lawyer. He doesn't even tell him, I only killed criminals. I only experiment. He had to find that out on his own, where the prosecutor knew that from day one. He didn't speed it up. That's why I was like, I felt like obviously we know he had like planned all of this. Yeah. But it was like, sometimes he was so eager to go through with his plan that he would do things that weren't in his best interest. Like when the lawyer was like, okay, how are we going to share with the world that you have a cure? Yes, you're a serial killer, but you don't deserve the death penalty because you were trying to save mankind, right? Yeah. Like you only experiment. Like, how do we soften that and let the world know about this cure? And then he was like, have you helped people? And it turns out he has. Yes. Right? Maybe like 5 or 6 people. Yeah. So the lawyer rightfully says, let me go find the people whose lives that you did save to prove that this cure is amazing. Yeah. And actually true. he is one step ahead of the lawyer when he finds out the people don't want to be associated with a serial killer doctor and don't want to admit that they used his cure. Because then they'd be like implicit, like, would you take the cure knowing that people die to get it?
To save my life? Hell yeah. What, are you crazy? I'm saving my life. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Same. I'll deal with the moral dilemma after.
Because at the end of the day, I didn't kill those people.
True.
You know what I mean?
But you're benefiting from it.
Again, I didn't kill those people.
That makes
and my life is on the line.
But you just said you don't believe in people being killed for the greater good to get this cure, but you'll happily use it?
Yeah, but I'm not the one doing the killing. That's what I mean.
Yeah, but you think it's wrong, though.
I do think it's wrong if you're the one doing the killing. But if I'm going to benefit from it and save my life, I'm going to die.
It's true. Honestly, I think we're all inherently selfish and scared. And I too don't believe that we should experiment on human beings. But I swear, if it's there, I think I'd be grasping at straws. I would be so desperate.
Wasn't the one.
I'm not going to lie. I think I would feel so desperate that my morals would go out the window and be like, give me the cure. Give me the cure.
Yeah.
I don't know how, yes, it was gone in a horrible way, but please give it to me.
Look at Attorney Park. He knew firsthand what happened, okay? And he was like, no, save my daughter. Yeah.
No, it was really good. What was I saying before we got sidetracked? Because I was going to say something. Yes, the witnesses. So rightfully, these people don't want to, first of all, they don't want to put their names out there and their identities, right?
Yeah.
And then also they don't want people to know that they were sick and needed this. So anyways, they are reluctant to come forward because they've moved on with their lives. It's a difficult time. I don't even think they wanted to relive the whole situation. Yeah. So the witnesses are not very cooperative. And then Woogum takes it upon himself to write threatening letters to the witnesses.
Yeah.
The people that he saved. So one of them...
She does. The mother of Sang-woo.
She finally gets talked around.
She does.
And one of them voluntarily comes forward. But then the letters did have a negative effect because the one guy who did not follow the rules
protocol
and
the
protocol, which is he provides the cure. You do not get regular medicine. You do not get additional medical services from
other doctors. And he did, and then tried to say, oh, it didn't work.
He's lying. Yeah. He's just a killer.
He didn't.
His curing shit.
Yeah.
But I love how the prosecutor figures that out.
She does.
Because she remembers that warning.
That conversation.
The warning he gave her the day he was getting arrested. No. And then it turns out the guy in the first scene that's on the table also dies because they do give him medical intervention and take him to the hospital, right?
Yeah.
But that move was so bad. He ends up shooting himself in the foot. It was so bad that the lawyer is pissed now.
Yeah.
And he's like, why would you do that? We could have talked to these people and warned them down.
Yeah.
He's like, except now you made him all defensive and angry. And he literally testifies, this man is just your average killer. His shit don't work. There's no cure.
Yeah.
But the first trial ends, I guess in that system, there's 3
and in
levels.
That he keeps asking for a medical demonstration.
Which they refused.
Which they denied. Yeah.
Because they're you haven't really shown us why. But anyways, the first trial doesn't work out in their favor and he's given the death penalty, but they get a chance to appeal.
And because they denied that, then Attorney Park tells them, you got to find a way to do that from prison.
Mm-hmm.
So then...
He brings them a list of all the inmates that have incurable health issues, diseases, I guess.
And in there's also an inmate whose brother he killed.
Mm-hmm.
So then he tries to kill him.
Yeah. So after the first verdict, I guess, when he's told you'll have the death penalty, he now is in with the regular population in prison. And actually ends up in the same cell as the guy whose brother he killed.
Yeah.
And the one he's supposed to save.
Yes.
They get into this huge fight. He ends up getting stabbed, I think, or cut or something.
He gets stabbed,
but the guy with the illness, he has something with his eyes. Yeah. He actually gets really hurt really badly. They're both taken to the hospital, and that's where he transfuses
and he saves him.
And he actually saves him.
And he cures him, actually.
Right?
Yeah.
And he starts healing really quickly from the stab wound, and his eyes start to heal.
I think that was the smartest move ever. It's
Absolutely.
If you can't get the medical demonstration, you better make it happen some way.
So that kind of gives him oh my God, should we? Should we not? Should we? And that was very interesting how he went about that. So he's also working with the professor who experimented on him initially on a escape plan.
Professor Han.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Professor Han gets killed though because the CEO is watching him. The CEO and his goons are watching him.
Yeah. Professor Han is a sneaky little character herself. Because remember when he said, he told Woo Gyum, I don't have your notebook. Jung-soo has it. And turns out he had the notebook and he gave it to him, basically.
No, they stole it.
Who stole it?
They stole it from the motel that he was staying in.
Oh, okay. I thought
so
he gave it
meant
to him.
like he has it. Like I no longer have it. He initially was the one who took it from the workshop.
Yeah.
Ugh, creepy. His little death dungeon.
Yeah.
He's the one that took it before the cops could find it.
Oh, okay.
After he was arrested.
Yeah.
So it was always with Professor Han as planned. Yeah. And then when he had to run away from his motel, that's how the CEO came. Okay. And that's why he told him, I don't have that notebook anotmore. The CEO has it heads up and he's like, it doesn't matter. Everything's in here. Like, I'm good. I don't really need it. Right?
And the whole time, Professor Han, his plan was to take Woo Gyum for himself.
Mm-hmm. That they could discover this together away because he gets fired, right?
Yeah.
Once the original CEO, the father of Chung-soo, Chung-soo's father dies and he takes over, he kind of fires.
Well, it kind of kills him. Yeah.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah.
He was like it looked like he was very ill. And he's like, he was going to go anyways. I feel like he didn't have to do all that. So
do you think it was a mercy killing?
I don't think so. He looked angry when he was doing it.
That's what I was going to say.
And what confused me about that as well, because he later on told Woo Gyum,
I signed up for this shit.
Yeah, but if you did, why were you so angry at your dad?
That's what I couldn't understand. Yeah. Was it murder? Was he just cutting him a little for fun to hurt him, or he like killed him? Because I understood it as he killed him. Yeah. But then later on we find out he didn't resent his dad. He willfully wanted to be experimented on.
But I also don't believe that, because you wouldn't have killed your dad if you really truly believe that. Right?
Yeah. See, again, that wasn't really unpacked for us in a meaningful way. Yeah. And that's why I was like, the show could have benefited more from maybe like two more episodes, maybe even just to kind of break things down.
Yeah, it did seem a bit rushed. Yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah. All of this is unfolding, but they kill Professor Han. So now he recruits the lawyer to help him escape because they do the lawyer dirty. So this man, the second trial, they take the death penalty off the table. Yeah. They see that his blood is, the cure is real. So what they basically do is sentence him to a life of servitude. Basically, to just work on the cure and help as many terminally ill people as possible to make up for killing all those people, right? But then right away, the CEO sets up this nice facility. Yes. Because he's thinking about all the money he's going to make from this cure as well.
Yes.
So while all that is happening, we get to see a little bit more of Prosecutor Cha because
remember, mind you, before Woo Gyum even came into the picture, that was this guy's goal, just to find something and create something that does cure incurable.
Yeah, he doesn't really care.
Right?
For
and
Woo
then
Gyum.
he meets Woo Gyum and he's like, oh my God, jackpot. Like, I don't even have to, you know what I mean? Like,
exactly. And he doesn't really care for him in the sense of like, he was like, can we just not drain his blood and try to create our cure like that? But he can't really do that because now the whole public knows that this person exists. Yeah. But Prosecutor Cha now, like on the back end, she is trying to understand, like, she doesn't like the fact that he didn't get the death penalty. She gets transferred to the countryside because her boss is a dick. And he was part of the original.
And we find out, why.
Like, he was part of the original group of people that were enabling the medical center to experiment on the public. Yeah. Right? So we have the assemblyman as well, who gets funding.
And she was actually with the assemblyman in the beginning. Remember, she said, I want you to run, I want you to win because you are for the death penalty.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, let's, be mutually beneficial to one another. One of my favorite parts was I really enjoyed Prosecutor Cha because she is not a weak woman.
She's not.
She was just as badly behaved as these men.
Yep.
In the sense of like she had no manners because they kept telling her that because she spoke to them just like they did.
And you know why? Because this girl is from
money.
Yeah, exactly. When you're from money, you can talk how you want to
Exactly.
talk.
Like you
know
can't
what I
fire
mean?
her.
Yeah.
You can't talk down to her. But I
Yeah.
thought it was hilarious just watching all
Yeah.
these men be flabbergasted
Yeah.
that she has the audacity
Gives
to
it right
talk
back to them.
And
Yeah.
the first instance that we see that is the assemblyman's secretary when the assemblyman steps out for a second. They're about to sit down for that meal.
That guy was so annoying. Yeah. Like,
You could tell he was shocked, but I think he kind of liked the fact that she was feisty too.
Yeah.
Right? Like he was shocked.
I like
that
the
she had
little
the
the
nerve.
back and forth.
The
Yeah.
back and forth was very entertaining. But the original crew behind this, experimentation on
Yeah.
all these, civilians is basically her dad.
Yeah. How shocked were you when you found that out?
Beyond.
Yeah.
That's one of my
one of the
key
things.
takeaways that I didn't like.
Yeah.
How deeply was this man involved? Because when she unearths this whole thing and arrests everyone,
Yeah.
right? And all of the issues are put to bed. She just we see the scene where her dad wants to talk to her and she just ignores him.
Exactly.
What does that mean?
That's what I mean.
Is he up on charges?
I was waiting for at least a conversation. Like they gave us nothing when it came to her and her
Absolutely
dad.
nothing.
Yeah. And we also understand now why earlier on he told her to get off the case.
Exactly.
Makes sense now.
He was shady from the way he was like, why do you even want to work? Like just work
Comes to
for
the company. Yeah.
And she's like, no, I want to do my own thing. I want to help people.
And he was like, fine, but just get off this case.
Basically.
Yeah.
So to me, that was, not satisfying
It was
because
not
I'm
at all.
like, how, like, yes, aside from their relationship deteriorating and they know she doesn't want to talk to him, does she not want to talk to him right now because she's angry or because he found a way to get out of the charges?
But also I'd like to see, just as far as even this case, doesn't he have to be questioned because he is a part of it, right?
He was there the entire time.
Yeah.
If the assemblyman went down, the CEO of the medical clinic went down.
Yeah.
What about your dad? He seemed free walking around.
Yeah.
So that part I didn't
like that.
understand.
I didn't like that either.
I don't like
Yeah,
that either.
They didn't wrap it up for me.
No,
Yeah.
but she finally quickly understands that there's something bigger here, and her and the lawyer kind of work together because he used to be her teacher. He was her mentor. Like,
Yeah.
So they end up becoming a cute little team and trying to figure out like
With her
how to take
people, his
down-
people.
They're
Yeah.
all working together now.
Yeah.
That's how she discovers like there's that dirty cop.
Yes.
I did not see
I
that
was
coming.
really shocked about Detective Gong.
I thought that was her like right hand
Yeah.
man. Like,
and then the way he treated his mother, and he basically shut it down, and just
He's always been working for the clinic.
He's the one who signed off on the closure report.
of course,
yeah.
declared the people missing,
Yeah.
then declared them dead. Like he was doing all of the grunt work.
He
for
was
these
getting
people.
paid, yeah.
And she had no idea, and then
Yeah.
she finds out, and it's pretty sad.
It is. Yeah.
I felt for her because it was like betrayal on 100. Your boss and the cop on your
Yeah.
team. Like she just felt like nobody was real except for the two people that literally worked under her, which
Yeah.
was like the investigator and I guess her paralegal or her secretary.
Yeah.
But I loved how her secretary was like, "We're here to help."
They loved her. They loved her. It's like, why didn't you call us?
But the
Like-
investigator was just like, bro, the investigator looked like he was just like, listen, when 6 o'clock comes, I just want to tap out. I don't want to do
the
more.
girl was like,
The
down.
girl was like, ride
Yeah,
or die.
she
The other
was.
guy was just like, this is above my pay grade.
It is.
He
Yeah.
was like, you're doing too much. And he
Yeah.
was always trying to stop her.
Yeah,
And
she was
no.
loyal to the end. Yeah.
She was, and she really cared about helping people. So that was cute. I love the dynamic of like the lawyer, the reporter, and his
Yeah.
ex, assistant when
Yeah.
he used to work at the law firm. That was really cute and
Yeah.
nice to watch how they grew closer.
Yes.
All these people are working together now. They've uncovered this horrible conspiracy and the experimentation that was happening. He leaves prison or the facility where he was constantly saving terminally ill people because these people are so ass backwards that they would not let the lawyer's child receive the cure first.
Yeah, they were shocked why she wasn't on the list.
Yeah, and they're
at
like,
all.
it's some sort of
Yeah.
like conflict of interest, blah, blah,
Yeah, yeah.
blah. And then when he came out of prison to the medical facility prison, I guess,
Yeah.
she still wasn't making it onto the list.
Yeah.
So once the professor gets taken out, he says to the lawyer, help me escape and I'll help your daughter because I need to prove certain things.
Yeah.
And that's how Minsu gets saved. And she
Yes.
finally receives
Yeah.
the
But
cure.
before that, they get into an accident. I thought he was going to die right there on the
I
spot. I was like,
know.
please don't die before Munsu gets the cure, right? But
I
he
know.
made it.
And it was so touching that even though her mom is there, who is also a
doctor,
doctor.
yeah.
Wants to help him with his wound, right?
Yeah.
He's bleeding profusely.
And he's like, no,
at
I
this
have to
point.
save Moonsu
And he's like,
first.
no. And I thought that was really touching that
It
he
was.
quickly wanted to help with the cure. And then he passes out right away.
Yeah.
And he gets patched up. Again, this is where like suspension of disbelief is needed.
Yeah.
Because he has this big wound.
Mm-hmm.
He gives blood. Then he gets shot.
And the doctor, his wife, the doctor also says he needs blood. He needs to go to the hospital.
He needs a transfusion.
Yeah.
And he said, no, I'm good.
And I
Takes
can't
him
even get
for
it
a walk.
anyways. Yeah.
So him and the lawyer go for a walk to the
Yeah.
bridge where his mom was dumped. And he tells him the whole backstory. This is
Yeah.
how we find out everything about his mom and what the clinic has been doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then he tells him where a hard drive with all the evidence is.
Yes.
In case something happens to him. As they're literally saying that, you see the CEO and his goons
Yeah.
rolling up on them. And they have this huge,
Yeah.
this, I guess, fight almost, on the bridge.
No, but I love the interaction between Woo Gyum and Jung Soo when he said, you should feel the way I feel. You went through the same thing I did, right? Like, where is that? Like, why don't you care? Like,
You
this
were
is not right.
experimented on as well.
Yeah. And as much
And
as he
that's-
wants to act like, oh, he wanted to, he didn't. He was brainwashed.
I feel like
you know
he
what I
was
mean?
brainwashed by
Yeah.
his own dad. Maybe
Yeah.
felt like the only way to deal with his
And the
obsessive
way
father and this
Yes.
cure was to be a part
And
of
probably the
finding
way
the
the
cure.
father even spoke about it is probably like, "Oh, we need you, son," type of thing.
Yeah, I don't think
come
that
on, like
kid
he was a
willfully
child.
walked into
That's
there.
what I mean.
Like,
Oh,
he-
cut me up.
Basically, like
And
every
you've
day.
seen those scars on his
Oh my
back and his
God.
body,
his
like
spine.
yeah,
It was horrific.
Yeah.
There's no
No
way he
kid would
actively chose that. Like,
Yeah.
you're right. He was brainwashed, and he still didn't
Think-
realize
yeah.
that he's brainwashed.
Yeah.
Because that's when we all find out. He's like, no, I signed up for that shit.
No, you didn't.
But we're like, we don't believe you
Yeah.
because you killed your dad.
You were literally 7 years old.
Subconsciously, you
yeah.
hated your dad.
Yeah,
You didn't believe in his vision.
you did not.
No.
Yeah.
And what it cost you, basically.
Yeah.
Anyways, they have this huge confrontation on the bridge. He tries to hit Chong-soo, and one of his goons attacks him, and then Chong-soo attacks the goon because he was like, this man is valuable.
crazy? We
Are
need
you
him."
insane? He's
Yeah.
secure. You
Yeah.
do not lay hands on
I know
him.
that the other guy, and he's like, "You better train your men
Right.
properly."
While
Like,
these guys are having their little powwow, the prosecutor and the cops show up
Yes.
as well. He now thinks to himself, you know what? We find out that he gave the lawyer the cure anyways and says, do what you want with it. This is how you make it. Build more from it. I don't know because I don't think I'm going to make it out of here alive.
Yeah.
And we're led to believe that he doesn't because during that whole kerfuffle,
yeah,
he gets shot. But before he gets shot, the lawyer takes a shot for him.
yes.
You could tell how close they became.
They really did. Like he just wanted so much more for him.
For
like
him.
he's seen so much potential in him, and like he kind of took on like the
It was
father
unfair.
role.
He did.
Yeah, you know.
He did. He saw how this kid was just dealt an unfair hand, and
yeah.
he's obviously grateful to him that he saved
Yeah.
his daughter as well.
But it was deeper than
you
that, yeah.
genuinely start to see that he started to care about him because taking a bullet for someone, that's a big
Yeah.
deal, right? But then he still charges and tries to go after the
Yeah.
CEO and then gets shot and falls over the railing and
Yeah.
into the water he goes.
So we think that he died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then
The prosecutor does what she needs to
Yeah.
do. She collects every bad guy. The conspiracy is laid out.
and then as he's about to, I
as
think,
the lawyer
toss,
tossing the cure, he gets a
The
phone
phone
call,
call.
finds out that
and he's
Wugum
like,
is
"Hey, counselor, it's me."
alive and well.
Yeah.
And there's no need to do that.
Oh, I love that. I love that ending because I didn't want him to die.
I didn't want him to die
You know what I mean?
either.
I feel like he was just so. He needed more life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he deserved more life. Like, you know,
Did he though? He just killed 17 people.
I mean, why we gotta always go back to that? Like, you know,
I'm just
I be
saying.
forgetting.
I know you keep
Because I
forgetting.
start to really like him. You know, like
I know. He meant well. He just went about it
meant
the
well.
wrong way.
Yes.
I'm
Like,
sorry. Like
yeah.
you could have exposed this medical center
Yeah.
for what they did to your mom, what they were doing to all these people, and then you could have went back to med school. You could have
Yeah.
done it legitimately.
But first of
is
all, what I
I'm
want to
saying.
know is the counselor's dumb. Why were you trying to get rid of that? Like, you could have got investors and kind of did what Jung-soo was about to do, right?
Yeah, he just felt like there was too much.
I
He
guess,
felt all
yeah.
those people dying. There's no justice. Nobody's going to prison. Wugum died too. That's why he was about to throw it away.
Yeah.
He was like, this is making people a little crazy.
Yeah.
He didn't like how maybe it, developed.
But also, he's left it for you for a reason. It's like you do what you want to
What
do
you
with
feel
it.
is
Yeah.
right to do with it because it was ill-gotten, right? Like they did
Yeah.
discover that at the expense of several people dying.
Yeah, but you already used it on your daughter, so come on.
True.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It was, it's a very interesting show.
It was.
Like, I like the premise a lot.
Yeah.
I just feel like it could have been executed better.
Yes, like you said, I wish it was a good 10 episodes. It did seem very rushed. Like you said, I wish we got a conversation between Prosecutor Cha and her father, and you know what I mean? It's just, yeah.
The way they caught all the bad guys, it just wasn't satisfying enough for me. The whole show just wasn't as intense as I thought. Like, the premise had me like, oh my God.
It was
like,
very interesting.
I was super excited to start. Like, I love the legal dramas. I love the psychological
I don't think I've ever
thrillers.
watched anything like
right?
this.
So I thought it was going to be a perfect blend of like intensity. No, I'm sorry. Like, I was underwhelmed.
Yeah.
I wanted to love it so bad, but I was
It's like
underwhelmed.
it had all the ingredients.
Yes.
Everything, the storyline, the plot, everything was good, but it was like something was missing.
It's just the meal wasn't coming together properly.
Yeah.
Like, it just wasn't like...
a lot of holes, a lot of
It wasn't as satisfying as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Like the legal battle and the trial wasn't as intense and crazy as I wanted
everything
it to be.
felt rushed.
It did feel rushed, and it just, again, there was no big aha. There was no, oh my God, I can't wait to watch the next episode because this one left me on such a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Like, but then it wasn't also very slow in a proper, satisfying way, because I'm not saying I just want like super fast go.
And they're pretty short episodes
And
too,
crazy
right?
dramatic, like overly dramatic
I
scenes.
appreciated that. They were shorter episodes.
Yes.
But you see why it was shorter. There was a lot missing that they could have included, right? So,
right. Like, it wasn't overly dramatic.
Yeah.
But then it wasn't burning slow. Like, it wasn't intensely
like you said,
gripping.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it had to be fast paced or anything.
Yeah. No, that is true. I did not feel like, oh my God, I can't wait to watch the next episode.
Like, I'm holding my breath almost,
Exactly.
Like, it was just, again, you find out these people killed your mom. He was very, like, nonchalant about it, other than just wanting to expose it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There wasn't enough emotion, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, I think he was meant to be like that.
Yeah,
At the same time,
yes.
he was supposed to be a very emotionless kind of...
Well, I understand that in the beginning, because you had set this big plan and everything was going according to how you were revealing it.
Yeah.
But when everything was said and done and out in the open, you could have shown emotion then.
Do you think his personality changed after he got out of coma and all the experimentation?
I 100% I think so.
Me too, because when I seen the flashback of that last conversation he had with his mom, he seemed like a very outgoing, just,
healthy human being.
Yeah.
Sound.
Yeah.
Happy. Yeah, obviously it took a lot, and then you're in a coma for 3 years, and then you come out and your mom's gone. Your whole world is different from that night on.
And then you've been getting experimented on.
I get that.
Yeah.
It was just like you said. It's just, I don't know what I was expecting. Well, I knew what I was expecting. I was expecting something intense. Something very like emotion filled.
Yeah.
I felt like they caught him too quickly. There wasn't any like.
Yes. I wish that. Yeah, like
it wasn't thrilling enough for me.
I wish we got to see at least maybe 3 people before they caught him. Like how he caught them. Maybe. Yeah.
How did he find all the criminals? We kind of got a glimpse into that. It was people that were connected to him. So he killed the person that scammed the lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He who else did he kill? He killed somebody else that wronged him. Who was it? Man, I forget. But there was only 2 people. We know one of the victims for sure was the one that scammed the lawyer.
Yeah.
And there was another person, the actual brother. Like, what did he do to him? Did he run somebody over? I don't know. But either way, I wanted to know, did he have personal grudges with all 17? How did he come to find these criminals?
Also, I want to see how he lured them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe 3 of them.
Like, how did he choose? Was he just going after rapists, murderists, like scam art? Like, we don't know. It could have been everybody. Like, and here's the thing. Murderers, I don't know. Again, I didn't think it was right at all.
Yeah.
But like, think about it. If somebody pulled a little financial scam or stole from a store, do they deserve to be killed for your experiment? Maybe was he just going, like, how did he determine which level of criminality was
that's what I'm saying. I'll be honest.
To kill people?
If they were like 17 PDF
Serial
files.
killers.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Those ones, 100%.
That's
Get
what
them
I'm
out
saying.
of
We
here.
didn't know. What was the criteria?
Yeah.
That you felt like they deserved to die?
Because all criminals
and,
are
and,
not.
and give up their life for the greater good of finding
Yeah.
this cure.
Yeah.
See, it needed more episodes.
Yeah.
It just wasn't intense enough for me.
Yeah.
That's all. What would you rate it?
I would give it a 7 out of 10.
I would give it a 6.
No, because the story was really interesting. It really was, right? Yeah.
I know. I
Yeah.
give it a 6 because the execution wasn't exciting.
And the
enough for
acting
me.
was great.
I love the premise. The premise
The
was
premise
amazing.
and the acting was great. Ryeo killed it. To be honest, whatever he was supposed to be, he did a good job.
Listen, when you see the actor that plays the lawyer, when you see that man, you know you're going to get some phenomenal acting. I love all the
He
dramas.
looks familiar. Yes, he looks
He's
great. Does
always
he usually do those type of dramas?
Yes.
Okay.
And whether he's like, in a father role or like this, I forget the name of this drama that I watched, but he essentially was playing a CEO that was very cold.
Okay.
He just does a phenomenal job. So the acting, top tier.
I'm not really familiar with Prosecutor Cha. Have you
Me
seen her
neither.
before? I don't think
Maybe
I've ever
I'm
seen her
forgetting.
before.
No, I think I might have seen her somewhere, but I forget. But I loved it because the cast, their chemistry was really good.
really good.
When the
Yeah.
paralegal from the lawyer's previous firm came to work with reporter Joe and the way their relationship like unfolded and how funny and the banter that they were having.
Yeah.
Great.
Really cute.
Right? We said we love the prosecutor and her two teammates. Amazing.
You know what scene I really like
Your
too?
favorite guy, her dad.
Oh, yes, my favorite guy was in there. Yes, I love him.
Your favorite character actor was in there.
I think that's the first time I've seen him in a not so good role.
I know.
Because usually he's the favorite dad, favorite side character ever. Like he always kills his role.
But you barely
I haven't seen him in a while, so I was really happy to
underutilized
see him. Actually, I was like, oh my god, I haven't seen you in a while.
Exactly. Knowing what that man can do,
Yeah.
they underutilized
They
him.
really
We saw
did.
him for 2 scenes. It wasn't
A good back and forth with her would have been amazing.
something, you know? Like, again, it had all the proper ingredients.
It
just
did.
did not come together. The sauce was not saucing.
So 6.
6.
Who's the star of the series for you?
You know what? I'm going to have to give it to Prosecutor Cha because a lot of people would be like, oh my God, she's a bitch. And I was like, I loved it. I'm sorry. Like, she was not taking any bullshit from those men.
Yes, but also in the beginning when she was like interrogating him, I feel like he was getting her emotional. Like she wasn't standing, you know what I mean?
She
like
wasn't standing on business?
Yeah,
How so?
like he was bringing emotion out of her. Like she was being very emotional while he was just like very stern, very like whatever, and she was getting upset
Because she
easily
wanted
like,
to
you know
nail
what I
him
mean?
so
Like,
bad, though.
yeah,
But I'm talking more as in like the way she stands up for herself,
Yeah.
how she was navigating that
no, I actually
male-dominated industry.
and I respected that. First of all, that you're from a Chable family, and the fact that you chose to be like, I'm gonna choose this career, and I'm gonna be the best at
She
it.
could have had an easy life.
Yeah, she could
I
have.
thought her character
Yeah.
was really well written.
Yeah,
Like
I love that part about it.
I loved seeing her character, like her personality, the way they built her.
Yeah.
I loved it, and I was like, that's why she's the star of the show for me.
I loved Attorney Park. I really loved him. He was a good guy all around, amazing father. I just loved his relationship with Woo Keum, you know.
Yeah. And even Rain to himself. Like
Yeah.
we're coming off of watching him in
Weak Hero.
why was I gonna say study group? Ooh.
Oh, he looks so different.
Weak Hero.
He gained a lot of weight for Weak Hero because he,
really
looks
did.
so
he
different.
looks really different. But
He
look
looks
at
really
the
good.
range though.
Yeah.
Like I really believe that like he was this calm, composed like serial killer because he would have like the slightest of little smiles when things are falling into place. Like you could literally see it was like, you fools are doing exactly what it is that I wanted you to do.
He did amazing. Across the board, they all did amazing job.
They all did. It was just the story wasn't as gripping as it was supposed to be. It didn't match the expectations that the premise, like the plot gives you.
Yes.
That's what I felt. But all in all, it's still quite
a really
enjoyable.
good watch.
It's a quick, easy.
It's 8 episodes, very short
know?
episodes. Yeah.
And it's a different premise. It is. It wasn't, maybe you don't like super intense stuff and you might enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's just, I think it was my expectations were it meant not that the show itself is not good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It was good.
I know.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.